Isaiah Gilmore burning some time. 3 seconds, makes his move to the right, throws it up, it's wide right, but at the buzzer, Otterville ties it again.
Somehow saved. Malcolm Davis at the buzzer! Elias turns the tables.
As time will expire, what a win for the Cavaliers. Shannon Jolly will get his first as the head coach of Capital City.
Hayes, no good. Hickman stuns the Spartans.
Down to 2, shot misses left, and the Cougars win! Down goes number 2, Indiana Tech.
Lost it off his foot, Vidal has it! Vidal has the ball! Here goes Lincoln at the buzzer for 3, he got it!
On the ground to first, this could do it. Viscotial on the bag, and the Kingfish are 2020 Kenosha Regional Champs.
The Bearcats can go for the lead. Hudgens with 4 to shoot. The floater is no good. Hawkins saves Northwest Missouri State. 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds for the win. Clank short. The Jays are district champs once again. Bring you back to Jason Jim on the MIAA Network. James Stanley with my broadcast partner Cam Thomas as we get you set for Northwest Missouri State, 3rd in the country, 10-1, 1st in the MIAA. Lincoln, meanwhile, 7-3, 4th in the MIAA. Cam, it's been about 5 years, really 6 years, since Lincoln has beat Northwest Missouri State, and it came at a time when Lincoln upset the Bearcats. They were ranked 25th in the country.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Blue Tigers want to get it done tonight, they're going to have to stop a very hot Northwest Missouri State team that's on a 5-game win streak, and the last time that they won a ball game, or lost a ball game rather, was against Washburn back on December 7th, and we already know about Washburn this season. They've been all around the top 20, and Northwest Missouri State comes in number 3 team in the country right now and atop the MIAA standings. So, you know, this is like the marquee matchup of the year for Lincoln, and it'd be great to see a Lincoln Blue Tiger doubleheader sweep here at Jason Jim.
Well, Cam, you got to call the women's game that just closed a few minutes ago. Coach Mize was very fired up as her team picked up win number 1 in the coaching career at the Division II level for Coach Drea Mize.
And how about the way that they did it, right? 3 years, 1 month, and 22 days since the Blue Tigers of Lincoln had taken down Northwest Missouri State. And the funny thing was about it all, James, was that the last time that the Lincoln women's basketball team had won an MIAA game was at home against Northwest Missouri State back in December of 2018 when they defeated them by 7. So, you know, right now it's an opportunity for Northwest Missouri State to try to bounce back, but for Lincoln, it's an opportunity for John Mosley to really make that sketch in his career that he needs against Ben McCollum, who has been around the MIAA for a really long time, played in the MIAA, and now Lincoln can get it done.
So now let's take a look at the starting 5 for the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. They're going to go with 3 forwards and 2 guards. The guards, Diego Bernard, Trevor Hudgens, while Wes Dreamer, Ryan Hawkins, and Luke Waters will be the forwards tonight. Cam, the one player I look at in this one is Ryan Hawkins, 1,500-plus career points, MIAA Athlete of the Week recently. Last 4 games against Lincoln, 34, 31, 23, and 43 points. He's well over 100 points in his career against the Blue Tigers alone.
Whether it's Ryan Hawkins or formerly Ryan Welty, or there's always a big man, and it usually seems like there's a big man from Iowa that's on Northwest Missouri State's team that vies for MIAA Player of the Year every year, and this year Ryan Welty is in that conversation. But the thing is, this year Lincoln has somebody to match up with them, and that's Say Witt, and this is going to be Say's first game back in a while, you know, with an opportunity for Lincoln to win at home. Jason Jim is as packed as it can be. People are socially distanced, and there's an opportunity for Lincoln to come out with not only Say Witt, but Cam Potts and Nishamrig Maiden to match up with the guards of Trevor Hudgens and Diego Bernard. And the other thing is the silent assassin, Derek Woods.
Well, Cam, what a transition into the Lincoln starters as we'll take a look at the Blue Tigers starting 5. Nishamrig Maiden is out in the starting lineup. It will be Derek Woods making the start at forward, but here they are, 3 guards and 2 forwards. Mosley's able to go back to the size matchup, which should help him out against Northwest Missouri State tonight. But the guards, Cam Potts, Yaniel Vidal, 12 points in his last game, while Quentin Drayton will be the third guard, and he's coming off a big week. 28 career-high points against Rogers State, and on top of that, he's the Black Sports Network Small Schools Player of the Week, as he's averaging north of 25 over the last 4 or 5 games.
Well, I like that Coach Mosley decided to go with a little bit of a different lineup now, because it gives you the opportunity to have somebody on the bench that can be that number 2 guard or that number 1 guard, because that's what Northwest Missouri State does sometimes. Trevor Hudgens will be on the floor and Diego Bernard will be on the bench, or flip-flop. So now they can do the same thing with Cam Ponce and Rick Maiden. This is the deepest team that Coach Mosley has ever had at Lincoln, and he's added 2 additions in Chuck Wilson to go along with Derek Woods here at the starting or at the half point. But the one thing to note for Lincoln, Makai Kimball not available tonight.
And he's not available tonight. He had no points last time out for Lincoln, comes in averaging about 5 per game, but he's been a staple off the bench. He's been really equivalent to what Grant Olson was in his first year for Lincoln. Not really flashy on the scoring side, but able to pick up really key minutes to give, breathing time for some of these players out on the floor.
And I think that's why you're going to need Chuck Wilson to step up tonight, especially from the defensive standpoint, because you don't have Makai tonight. So Chuck's going to get some minutes, and he's going to get some really good minutes coming off the bench tonight. So it's going to have to be a full team effort, and they need to get it done the right way.
Well, Cam, the motto for John Mosley this year has been find a way, where Lincoln find a way. And if the Blue Tigers can find a way here at home, then tell you what, the lid might come off of Jason Jim, but the Bearcats, 5 out of their last 9 wins, or rather 7 out of their last 9 losses have been on the road. John Mosley has one of those losses, and this is going back to 2015, and it's when the Blue Tigers upset Northwest Missouri State here at Jason Jim when they were ranked 25th in the country.
And it's an opportunity to get it done, and I like the 5 that are out here for Lincoln. I like the energy here at Jason Jim, James, and I like the focus and intent of this Blue Tiger team. Let's get it done.
So in case you missed the starting 5, we'll run back through them once more. Again, for Northwest Missouri State, it's Bernard, Dreamer, Hudgens, Hawkins, and Waters. For Lincoln, Potts, Witt, Vidal, Drayton, and Woods. It'll be back-to-back starts for Derek Woods, coming in from West LA College, where he averaged 15 points per game, 8 rebounds. Cam, you called him the silent assassin, and we'll see if he can make some noise. It'll be Say Witt and Ryan Hawkins on the opening tip, and it's won by the number 3 Bearcats as we're underway in Jefferson City. Dreamer up to Luke Waters, the sophomore. Now Say Witt will get to work. Guarding Hawkins, back out for Dreamer. Drayton denied him the 3 halfway through the opening shot clock. Nice foot roll, and a goaltend is called on Say Witt. The Bearcats will go in front 2-0. Cam, you like the idea, but he got too much of the ball as it was going down the cylinder.
Yeah, and you want Lincoln to play well defensively tonight because of the matchups, and you've got to get it done, whether it's on the offensive and defensive end. It's got to be a full performance on both sides of the basketball.
Oh, Derek Woods, he'll fire the 2, and it's too strong. Cam, not the best look to start out for Lincoln. You maybe want to see a little more ball distribution and, look for that extra pass. Hawkins, top of the key, finds Waters, and the Bearcats up by 4. So Lincoln with its second possession. Drayton off to Vidal, one of the top 3-point shooters in the conference. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Cam Potts makes his move. Backdoor cut, picked up by Say Witt. Now below, puts the Blue Tigers on the board.
That's what you need. Say missed 2 games, but we already know the things that he's been able to do on both ends of the floor, but offensively, you need everything from him tonight.
Waters denied the 3-point bucket, drove inside, rebounded by Derek Woods, who started the defensive set for Lincoln. Now Vidal Bouncing inside, intercepted by Ryan Waters. Ryan Hawkins.
You got to give it to Say a little earlier. As soon as he gains that positioning on the backside, just dip it into him and he can go to work.
Bearcats have yet to miss a shot through the first 2 minutes. Bernard to Dreamer, bodied up by Yaniel Vidal. Now the trap is back to Dreamer. What a find down low for Luke Waters. 4 points for him off the rip.
Yeah, Diego is just such a good passer, and he does it with just such purpose. I mean, it's crazy to think he's still, only been with Northwest for a couple of years.
Quentin Drayton traveled with it. Ben McCollum saw it in front of the bench, and Cam, you're going to get that call 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, you are, and I think Lincoln has gotten off to a slow start here, but remember, just a couple of years ago, Lincoln would get off to slow starts against Northwest, and it'd be a 10-0 run in the first 2:30. Instead, 6-2, 2-possession game, very manageable. Play a good next minute and 30 till you get to the under 16.
Diego Bernard denied by Yaniel Vidal. I believe he wanted the foul call, but I think it was a good no-contact decision by the officials. Opening 2.5 minutes from Jason Jim in Jefferson City. Passes off the bottom of the backboard. I don't think that's what Diego Bernard was trying to draw up, and now Quentin Drayton slips and falls. He's fouled, helped up by Ryan Hawkins. Cam, another thing to look at for this Bearcats team, there are 3 players on this roster that have more than 1,000 career points. One of them is Diego Bernard, and just as a junior, already at that number. Intercepted by Trevor Hudgens, another member of the 1,500 career point club. And Hudgens tucking it, fouled. He'll be at the free throw line with Northwest up 6-2. One thing we've not seen so far is three-point shooting. Neither side has taken a shot from downtown, and Quentin Drayton will come up with it the other way. Drayton spin move in the paint. Tipped it back out. Cam Potts from the free throw line, unguarded. And Say Witt gets the rebound as a foul is called on the Bearcats.
Yep, that's going to be over the back there on Ryan Hawkins, and it'll be his first foul. And, important here, Northwest picking up 2 early fouls, one on Ryan Hawkins and then one on Bernard. So, these fouls can rack up very quickly. Both teams need to be a little bit more disciplined.
Quentin Drayton from the left elbow, misses from 10 feet.
And that's what Quentin, tried to do against Northeastern State, and it was successful with 28 points. But towards the end of the game, you saw him playing a little bit of hero ball. We can't do that against Northwest.
Has a nice mid-range jumper shot as Diego Bernard lost control, kicked it back out somehow to Wes Dreamer, and he airballs the 3, missed it all, saved out of bounds. Ryan Hawkins, no foul is called, kicked back out. Hudgens denied, down the middle. Witt blocks it, and Yaniel Vidal comes out clean.
How many times have we seen Trevor Hudgens hit that shot, floated up inside the lane, not over Say Witt, not today.
Cam Potts from the free throw line, sends it short, rebounded by Hawkins. The 2020 high school football season is winding down as Week 9 brings us back to the place where we kicked off the year, Atkins Stadium in Jefferson, Missouri. Tonight, it's the Kirksville Tigers heading south on Highway 63 to take on the Capital City Cavaliers. Hello, and thanks for joining us on MC22. James Stanley with Nash Walker from Jeff City. After a 2-week hiatus due to COVID-19, the Cavaliers are now back on the gridiron, and they're ready to wrap up their inaugural season, Nash.
Yeah, and I think you laid it out nicely, James. There's a couple ways that this could go. I think Capital City, they've been off. They've had a chance to rest since they played last. But also, you don't want to come out with any rust, and we might see that early on in this one.
With that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the players to watch. First for the visiting Kirksville Tigers, coming 5-3 at quarterback, Jaden Bollinger, 132 yards through the air last week. Then Landon Yarley at running back. Look for him to get started. He's not scored a touchdown, though, since week 3 and at tailback. Noah Copeland, the wide receiver, first team all-conference last season, will be getting it done down the lines, while defensively Brock Burchett
with 2 interceptions and a pick 6 last week. Watch him on defense alongside the defensive end, Bryce Kurtz. But keys to the game tonight for Kirksville, Nash.
Getting pressure up front with the D-line is going to be really important tonight. They can kind of suffocate that Capital City offense. Also on 4th down, the Tigers are converting at a 58% rate this season. That is tremendous. Look for them to go for it and go for it often on the money down, 4th down.
And meanwhile, for Capital City, they're at home tonight at Atkins Stadium. Players to watch in this one. Hayden Carroll, the quarterback, and made his debut against Helias a few weeks ago. Ian Nelson at fullback. He's averaging 5 yards per carry this season, while 2 running backs, Hurley Jacobs and Ethan Wood. Jacobs is the team's leading scorer with 6 touchdowns on the year, and then Taggart Bodenstab at defensive back. We also might see him come in to play quarterback tonight. But keys to the game for Capital City, Nash.
Yeah, coming in engaged, and I mentioned it a little bit. It's important 2-week hiatus to come out hot, come out heavy. Also to finish strong. Leave it all out there on the field. It's been a tough up and down year for Cap City, and now been off for a couple weeks, but they can really make it count tonight by finishing strong in this one.
This will be Joe Schaefer to kick it away as we get ready for week 9 on MC22. We're glad to have you here with us from a chilly Atkins Stadium in the capital city. See, it takes the return on this one as we send it away from the 40-yard line. Fielded in space at the 25 and runs into a brick wall.
Looked like the ball came loose there. Maybe just jumbled a bit.
That was Lane Feeney on the return. It's good for about 18 yards, and that'll set up shop 1st and 10 for Jaden Ballinger and company, the 2019 second team All-NCMC defensive player, and also at quarterback this year, averaging just about 156 yards through the air. 132 yards last week as he works on the blitz, dumps it off. Here's Copeland up the middle. Cuts to the sideline to the 50. He might take this one all the way. Down the sideline he goes and pushed out of bounds at the 25. A play of 47 yards.
Yeah, Noah Copeland. This is going to be really tough for the Cap City defense to keep up with the skill players.
As we take a second look at this one, look at the space he creates across midfield, and that was really tough. Capital City, not much of an answer. Those Christian Flowers who had to bring him down.
Tons of speed.
Well, here's the handoff, goes to Yardley. And tripped up after a gain of 3. Down inside the red zone.
I'm interested to see tonight, James, how much they do rely on the run game. I think you want to get Yardley going if you're Kirksville.
They are going up tempo. Give it to Yardley. Up the middle. Looks like he's dragging the entire pile with him for 3rd down and short, but we'll see we get Yardley involved here. Yardley has not scored a touchdown since week 3 when they beat Living Word Christian 43-26, and he'll head to the sideline.
The Tigers know they can pass, James. They've really come into this year wanting to run the ball better and have a more balanced attack, and I think it's a good opportunity for them to do that tonight.
Logan Blickan instead on play action. Pass is caught in traffic and across the goal line. Touchdown for Lane Feeney. What a catch, Nash. Let's break this one down.
Yeah, coming right over the middle there, in contact, makes a great catch over the defender, and he's home. Just had to do a little spin move there. That's a skill play from a skilled player. Great catch.
You talk about skill players, that's what Kevin Kriedemeyer teaches with his team. He says that's where all the success comes in Kirksville on their first possession of the night, as we'll await the PAT from Andrew Notdurf. But what a drive, as the extra point is good.
Not the start you wanted if you're Capital City. So quick. And that's what Kirksville can do to you.
And we'll send it to break here on MC22 and be back with the rest of the first quarter after this. A few weeks ago, we had a preview of this one as the Battle Spartans took down the Hickman Cupies, but now it's on to districts, the 2 and 3 seed in Class 6 District 8 semifinal here at Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri. Hello and welcome to MC22's production of this district semifinal round. James Stanley with Connor McCann on the call tonight. And Connor, let's get right to it. Let's meet first the starters for the number 3 Hickman Cupies. Taking a look at them right now, Jocelyn Norman will get the start at point guard, joined by Ella Rogers at guard, Kalia Naylor at guard, the only senior on this team for Hickman, as well as Ashton Klusmeyer at forward, and Sophia Elfrink at forward as well. Connor, keys to the game for the Hickman Cupies.
Well, you have to distribute the wealth early. In that last game, Ella Rogers, of course, she's a great scorer. She had 7 of the Hickman's 9 first-half points. That's not going to do it. Sophia Elfrink is another great scorer. Maybe you go to her. Maybe you get some other players involved. But Ella Rogers can't be the only player doing anything. And you have to convert defense into offense. We just mentioned Elfrink. She leads the team with 50 steals, 10 blocks. If she can have a good defensive performance, Hickman will be out to a good start.
And now let's take a look at the starting 5 for the Battle Spartans. 10-12, they finished the first year in the CMAC 3-3. Malia Miller at guard, joined by Nautica Washington at point guard. Aliyah McCarty will get the start at guard as well, joined by the 2 forwards, KJ Johnson and Anna Sisson. Connor, keys to the game for the Spartans as they won the first matchup of the year with Hickman a couple weeks ago.
Got to finish the game strong. Hickman finished the last game on a 23-9 run to lose by only 4 after trailing by that much at halftime, and you have to win the battle in the paint. 35% of Hickman's rebounds are offensive. You need to keep Hickman from getting multiple shots and live with your chances from there.
And we'll start out down low. Rebound for Hickman. 6-15, the Cupies finish the regular season, and the winner will play the winner of Rockbridge number 1 in district, hosting number 4 Washington. On the move, foul is called, and the Cupies off to a good start. It's Ella Rogers for 2.
Great pass there by Klusmeyer to Rogers. Found her wide open under the net. An extra pass is the difference right there as Hickman gets on the board first.
Rogers, a 65% free throw shooter this season. She's the team's leading scorer. And over the last 5 games, the team is 1-4, but she's averaging 16 points per night. She can't finish on the extra point. So here's Nautica Washington, the freshman point guard. High basketball IQ, has a ton of talent. We'll see her run the point tonight. Miller in paint. One hop for Sisson, and she lost it. Collected, however, by KJ Johnson. Hickman playing some really good defense right now out of the first minute, Connor.
Very tenacious. They're making sure the ball handlers don't have anywhere to go. Not a lot of dribbles except for Nautica Washington right there. She's so good. Just a freshman averaging almost 10 points a game.
The team leader in assists at 4 per night. Here's Ella Rogers with her 2 points on the game, off to Sophia Elfrink. Rogers from the wing, and her rims out, gets her own rebound, up for more, and once again gets back-to-back offensive boards. And the ball is ultimately out of bounds off of Battle. Wow, how about that set by Ella Rogers?
And that's what we just mentioned in the pregame, James. 35% of those rebounds for Hickman are offensive. They get 2 of them right there to start off this game. They are applying pressure early.
Rogers off the inbound for 2. She's also the team leader in offensive boards with 56 on the season. Much different look here for Hickman than their first matchup with Battle. They went down early, but if they can pick up where they left off, go into the locker room, as you mentioned earlier, Connor, with that big start in the second half, then there's a good chance for them as Malia Miller down the racket goes for 2.
Great extra passing. And Miller gets a wide open layup. That's been the theme so far from both teams, the extra pass for the easy looks.
Now she gets the steal, but she carries and turns it over. First turnover of the game for either side. This Hickman team, though, is a team that will have to watch those tonight. They average 21 turnovers per game. They turned the ball over 26 times in their last meeting with Battle when they lost 55-51.
A lot of those coming in the first half. There's a reason they only were able to manage 9 points, 1 field goal in each quarter.
Another steal, and it's Miller losing it out of bounds.